The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
AlternaTV.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of AlternaTV. I am Brandon Stransky here for Vince Russo's The Brand, and we do have a bit of a show for you today. Several things to go over. A couple of things I've been reading about going on in state legislatures, as well as I'd like to give my own comments on what Wade Keller had to say about entertainment and wrestling, as well as give a few thoughts about the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. First thing I want to talk about today is I've been seeing a lot. Just one of the things I like to do for fun, just kind of see what the internet fans are saying, is I'll visit a few message boards just to see what they're saying, see how they're reacting to some of what's going on. And one thing I've been hearing a lot of complaints about, especially from Mr. Brian Alvarez, that there's too much heat going on in wrestling. Honestly, I prefer you kind of need heat, for the babyface to get their comeuppance on. Because if there's no heat, then why should you care if the babyface gets over later on? That's the point of heat. And this is coming off of, after the last, year or so that we've been seeing, actually last several years, we've been seeing nothing, we haven't been able to see heels get heat for like at least the last year, maybe even a few years or so. So I don't even see where this complaint's coming from, because I've been seeing babyfaces going over for the past few years, but anyway, one thing I've been hearing about is state legislatures are trying to pass laws that would allow bosses to fire and landlords to evict people based on their what is it? I'm trying to put the words together. I apologize. Based on their health care. Their healthcare needs. Now, granted, me being libertarian, I really don't care what your healthcare needs are. I believe that you should be able to handle that yourself. However, what your healthcare needs are is nobody else's business but your own, and nobody should be able to kick you out or deny you a job or relieve you of your job because of that, because it's none of their business how you take care of yourself. And if it doesn't affect their job, it's really none of their concern. And plus, if they try to use the excuse of, well, we're just standing up for our Christian values. Now, being a Christian as well, that begs the question, where did Jesus say to throw people out that are actually struggling and need and could use that help that you're providing them through the job or through a residence? Pretty sure he wouldn't be too, cool about you throwing somebody out like that could actually really use that help regardless of whether or not they've committed a sin or not. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Wade Keller, as I'm sure you all heard on Castrating the Marks this past week, was very critical of entertainment in wrestling, and he basically flat out said he hates seeing entertainment in wrestling. He just wants to see the matches. And while that's fine, that's cool, you like what you like, you're allowed to like what you like. No problem. However, the problem that these guys have, especially Wade Keller, I think he's the worst at this, and that's just my opinion based on hearing him and hearing the other guys. I think he's the worst at basically stating his opinion as just a straight up fact that everybody should accept. Wade Keller. I don't know if you're watching or listening, but I want you to look really close into your screen if you are. Look into my eyes. Look in my eyes, Wade. Look at me. Look at me. Wade Keller, just because you like something does not mean everybody else does. Just because you watch strictly for the matches doesn't mean that everybody else likes just the matches. Are they important to the show? Yes. Do they need to be there? Yes, but they are not the show. When it comes to blow-offs and pay-per-view events, yes, that's where you pay off the big, badass matches. But the TV shows, they're supposed to be commercials to try to draw in ratings and basically build everything else on top of that. It's supposed to draw in viewers to want to watch the matches later on, to want to buy merchandise, to want to come to house shows, and basically put more money in everybody's pockets, from the camera guy all the way up to Vince McMahon himself. The fact is, if you go with what you like, and as the numbers show, Wade, not as many people like the wrestling as they do the entertainment. So they have to do that if they want to make money and stay in business. That's all I got to say about that. The big takeaway I got out of Great Balls of Fire last night was the ending of the Reigns Strowman match. Now, as of this recording, Raw has not aired yet, so I'm not sure how they followed it up, because obviously follow-up is the key. They did something big, they did something good, they did something right, but again, the key is the follow-up, and they don't really have a great track record as of, the last 17 years of being able to follow through on things like this. Rather, they just rather than try to go the right way, the way the crowd wants it to go, as opposed to what they're trying to force down the crowd's throat. I'm just really hoping they don't try to go with Roman as a babyface out of this. I really think they should go with a double turn. Just the way Strowman got out of that ambulance, and just it felt like they were trying to push him as a new baby, as like trying to push a double turn with Roman going heel, Strowman going baby. Just the way, and here's the key part that I think that they're going with Reigns heel, is they took the time to show that Reigns thought about it. It wasn't just an act out of emotion. He drove it back there, sat for like a split second to get over. He thought about it before he did it. It was clearly premeditated. And Strowman, the way that he came off looking very, very admirable, and just likable. Like, I can't boo Strowman after watching this. Like, they put so much sympathy on him watching this. I said it's hard to look at Strowman as anything other than sympathetic coming out of what happened. So hopefully, when Raw is shown that they do they go forward with a double turn, and it's right there in front of them. The material is right there. All they have to do is just have Roman go out and say, you know what, for the past several months, this guy's been doing this and this and this and this to me, and everything I've done for you after all the time I've put in being away from my family, and you people still treat me like this, and you cheer this guy after he does this to me. Well, you know what? Screw him and screw you. That's what they need to have Roman do. That's where they need to go, but I doubt it. Hopefully they prove me wrong. As always, you can catch me at BSWriter67 on Twitter. As always, check out VrussosBrand.com. Check out all the other great talent that we have as part of the brand. We have, of course, Chantel Air, who does the editing work on these videos for me. We have Sharia. We have the Super Ugly guys. We have Scott Casey Gale and Sarah Rusi. We have Rue TV. We've got who else? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I can't really pull up anything right now. Who else? There's somebody I'm forgetting. I feel horrible about. I'm pretty sure we're going to be having Nick Kolakowski coming up, producing content, I think. So be on the lookout for that. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.
Buzz.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.